Inspired by the cursed video trope popularized by the blockbuster film The Ring, many people online have tried to make their own haunted videos. Most, however, appear forced and fake. Jack Torrance's videos are different. Jack tells a plausible story. He explains that he didn't create these videos. He bought them at a garage sale on the outskirts of Austin, Texas. Among a pile of various items, including a box filled with Super 8 and Betamax tapes. The origin is unknown, and no one knows who recorded them. Jack discovered a mix of content in these tapes. These are movies that we found in 10 rather large boxes at an estate sale for $5 a box. It was being held in a barn about 15 miles west of Austin, Texas. There were some old records, which we also bought, some rusted tools, tons of paint cans, various other bits of old useless junk, and these boxes. The people running the estate sale didn't seem to know that they were there and priced them for us on the spot. The films vary in formats ranging from old 35mm stock reels to Betamax. Many of the films are damaged beyond repair, but we are trying our best to repair and clean them up. As we dig through the boxes, catalog, and digitize more videos and audio, we will post more. A compelling reason to believe him is that experts who have analyzed the channel agree the videos were likely shot with a very old camera. The glitches and imperfections you see aren't products of editing software. They're genuinely from an 8mm film. There are theories about the person who recorded this material. Some believe he was a serial killer, while others suspect it's the work of a dangerous cult. But perhaps the most unsettling question isn't just what's in the footage, but who filmed it. These tapes, decades old and now digitized, hold more than just eerie sights and sounds. They're fragments of someone's life, and that someone had a disturbing perspective. In some of the footage, people appear, captured briefly on film. It sends chills down your spine to think that these individuals may have been victims of someone with dark intentions. Their presence feels haunting, especially when you realize they might be people who were never seen again. The fleeting nature of their appearances only deepens the unease, as though the camera wasn't just documenting them, but marking them. Whoever filmed these videos had access to an old Super 8 or Betamax camera. This means the recordings likely date back to the 1970s or 1980s, but the exact timeline remains unclear. Despite their age, the content of these tapes feels timelessly terrifying. Jack has made it clear that he didn't film anything himself. He claims he's simply the messenger, sharing what he stumbled upon at a garage sale. But if that's true, who sold them, and why were they getting rid of them? These tapes offer a deeply disturbing glimpse into the mind of their creator. They seem to reflect the actions of someone with malicious intent, perhaps a serial killer documenting their grim reality, or an individual consumed by a fascination with the morbid. The idea that these recordings could represent fragments of someone's sinister world makes them even more horrifying. Each clip feels like a puzzle piece of a story we aren't meant to unravel, hinting at dark secrets and unspeakable acts. Artificial intelligence has undoubtedly advanced humanity, opening up new ways to create, communicate, and explore the boundaries of our imagination. As with any powerful tool, when used for darker purposes, it can reveal an unsettling side, one that merges horror with hyperrealism. Enter Pamahon, a YouTube channel that has captivated those brave enough to delve into its content. Using AI to animate eerie and disturbing images, Pamahon creates videos that seem to defy the boundary between the fictional and the real. Shadows flicker with an unnatural rhythm, static forms seem to breathe, and disturbing figures emerge with a lifelike, haunting quality. The effect is more than just unsettling. It feels as though you're peering into a warped reality that shouldn't exist. Each video draws viewers deeper into a digital world where horror feels disturbingly alive, inviting us to question what AI is truly capable of creating. Pamahon's videos showcase AI's darkest potential, turning eerie, surreal images into short, lifelike clips that feel as if they're pulled from the depths of a nightmare. The channel seems to push the boundaries of digital horror, testing just how much fear can be conjured from images that were never real to begin with. The effect is deeply disturbing. Horror crafted entirely from pixels and algorithms. With each upload, Pamahon dissolves the line between fiction and reality, challenging viewers to confront the haunting possibilities of AI-generated horror and to question whether we're truly ready for what AI can unleash. The video I'm about to show you is anything but ordinary. It's a haunting confession, in my opinion, one of the most disturbing videos on YouTube.
Creo que tengo la mejor mamá del mundo. Ella no, pues no sabe que estoy hablando así de ella. De hecho, nunca le digo que es la mejor mamá del mundo.
You might think the video above is simple. A girl saying she has the best mom in the world. But once you know the story behind it, you'll never see it the same way. On June 13th, 2015, an unshakable stench crept through the streets of Jardines del Sol in Tijuana. Concerned neighbors alerted the police, who arrived to find a modest family home hiding something deeply disturbing. This was the residence of Yulia Masny, a mother who had come to Mexico from Russia. Her two daughters, 19-year-old Anastasia and 12-year-old Valeria, living under her care. Anastasia seemed like an ordinary teenager. She went to school, loved horror films, and posted often on social media. But over time, her behavior became troubling. Her family had been through a string of missing person reports, each filed by frantic parents after Anastasia vanished for days without a word. In recent months, a darkness had begun to take hold of Anastasia, casting a shadow over her once normal life. She spoke less, often glancing over her shoulder, distant and unnerved. Neighbors would later recall strange conversations where Anastasia had begun to fixate on bizarre fears, convinced that her own family was conspiring against her. On the night of June 10th, 2015, Anastasia's estranged father, Igor, arrived at the house only to be met with locked doors, and an eerie tension filled the air, as though the walls themselves were holding in a tragic, sinister secret. Days later, when authorities entered, they found themselves faced with a haunting scene that suggested something far more sinister had taken place. When officers located Anastasia with friends nearby, she willingly agreed to come with them. In the stillness of the interrogation room, her words would soon reveal her deepest fears. She spoke of strange invisible forces, an unsettling pins and needles sensation, and a family curse she believed was rooted in dark sorcery. Anastasia told investigators that her mother was a witch who had used spells to control her, and that Valeria, her own younger sister, had become part of this ritual against her.
Diría defensa personal. Fue primero con una soga a mi mamá para que, pues, por ahogarse, y luego con la misma manera a mi hermana, pero primero a mi mamá y le corté los brazos y las piernas, y luego hice lo mismo con mi hermanita.
¿Cuál fue el motivo? Porque eran
brujas y me hacían daño con eso.
This video appears to have been recorded before Anastasia Lekchenko's arrest, but what makes it truly disturbing is the setting. She is completely surrounded by darkness. Why is she in the dark? And who is asking these questions? As she confesses her horrific crimes in total darkness, the details of how the bodies were found are too graphic to share here, but authorities reported it was a horrifying scene. Anastasia is currently serving an 80-year sentence for these crimes.